Hey y'all, it's Miss Spencer. I went out into nature today and it was really beautiful. Here in Chicago, we're still allowed to go out and to go for walks. Felt good, I feel refreshed. I didn't even really see anyone else, so I wasn't too concerned about that. I saw one runner, he kept his distance. We need to keep at least 6 feet apart from each other and then wash our hands for 20 seconds. Y'all know this. I'm also like disinfecting any surfaces I touch and being very careful. In situations like this, we want to be very cautious and overly cautious. I'm doing that and I hope you all are too. Today I wanted to talk about one of the self-care things that I've done for a long time, which is making art. And art making has really been a huge part of my process to heal from things that I've been through, but it's also something that very much eases my anxieties. And so I want to talk a little bit about how all of you can do that. During this time, I think what I'm starting to hear from students is the just chilling part is starting to wear off, like the okay, now I'm just in bed again. Now I'm just watching Netflix in bed, Netflix. I want to offer you the opportunity to start some sort of art practice. Making a sketch, draw a character from a show, do my hair in a way that I've never done it before, put on makeup in a crazy way. I want to make videos on my phone. I want to do TikTok dances, and please send me your TikTok dances because they're adorable. This is the time. I encourage you to just try something new. You have this great resource called YouTube where you can learn pretty much everything. Experiment and don't worry about making mistakes. Right now, you are just making art to make art. You're not making it to get famous. Our culture so often emphasizes that you're only good at something if someone else recognizes it. And I want to give you and myself permission to do things that we're not good at. When I was younger, I was really scared to show people my art because I was afraid it wasn't good enough. It took me a long time to realize that I'm not making art to be good enough for anyone else. That's actually not what feels good about art making. There are people who everyone is telling them their art is great, at the top of celebritydom, and they're unhappy, right? I make art because it's something that allows me to learn about who I am and express who I am. Be gentle with yourself. Okay, so it's not good. There's a really great Ira Glass video that I'm going to link at the end of this, and he talks about nobody's good when they start anything. So often it seems like people are just prodigies, or they picked up a pencil and they're amazing artists. And that's really not the story of most people who make art or most people who are successful. We all have to work hard to get there. And working hard sounds scary because so often we've been asked to work hard for other people. I worked at McDonald's when I was 15, and was I excited to work hard for McDonald's to make them money? No. There's a difference between going to a job and working hard for someone else and working hard for yourself. And I want to make a quick argument for why it's great to work hard for yourself. There's a thing in art making, it's called the flow state. They also call it, in sports, they say a lot, in the zone. And that is when you are performing at what you do so well that time doesn't exist. You're not thinking about the past. You're not thinking about the future. You're just in that moment doing. To get to that flow state, you have to have worked hard. And those people who are working hard in sports and in art, you all know what that state is. The reason that we work hard is so we can get to that state because it feels so good. A weight is lifted off of you. And in this time, we all need that weight kind of lifted off of us so that we can just be. And that flow state is really about just being. So I'm going to insert some things here about what that flow state is.
The flow state, the concept or the idea has been around for a long time. It's also known as being in the zone. But the person who named it is named Mihai Csikszentmihalyi.
Mihai Csikszentmihalyi.
The idea is that when you are in a flow state, you experience energized focus, you're fully involved, you find enjoyment in it, and it's rewarding, and you're not self-conscious, which, how cool is that to not be self-conscious? And certain conditions have to exist for you to get to a flow state, and that's where this, working hard thing comes in. So you have to be active and not passive. So you can't just be watching TV and expect to experience a flow state. You need to be actively involved in whatever you're doing. And then that activity needs to have goals or outcomes. And then you have to think about the challenge and skill aspect of it. As you can see from this chart, on the left side, are our challenges. Something that has a low amount of challenge or is not challenging is not going to get us to that flow state. We need something that is challenging. And challenging is subjective, which means it's different for each of us. So I am not as good of a singer as an opera singer, but I can have a high level of challenge for me. Then on the bottom, we can see abilities. So with low abilities, we are more likely to experience anxiety and worry and apathy, which is sadness or depression. So this is why we work hard at things. So we know, because we're working to have a growth mindset, that we can improve our abilities or our skills. So as your ability gets higher and you're challenging yourself to a higher level, you're going to be able to achieve that flow state that we're really looking to achieve because we get a lot of enjoyment out of it. To get back to that flow state, we can take the advice of our guide, Csikszentmihalyi, which is if the challenges are too low, we can get back to that flow state by increasing those challenges. And if the challenges are too great, then we need to continue to build our skills or abilities, and that will also get us back to that flow state.
Starting an art practice, what can you do? So I'm going to insert some ideas of an art practice that you can have. I do suggest you put yourself on some kind of schedule. I used to be really ambitious about my schedule because I'm a Virgo, and I'd be like, I have to make one song a day every day. And now I'm like, let's ease off of that. Maybe the goal is I play 2 songs in a week. You know what? If I don't hit that goal, that's okay. It's a goal, right? You don't have to be mad at yourself for not hitting it. You just keep on trying. I also want you to give yourself permission to not be good at things. We are not good at things the first time that we try them. But what we know, and you all know about that growth mindset, if you've had my class, you have to just say, I'm not good at it yet. Like, I'm allowed to give myself time. I'm allowed to do things where I'm not just instantly like that. But I want you all to try to find something that you can be doing in order to get through this time. And hopefully in that time, see yourself develop some new skills. I look forward to hearing from more of you. I look forward to seeing whatever art you're making. And I look forward to y'all not judging yourselves very harshly in your art making. Just make art. It's awesome and it's healing. All right, bye.